Jamie, you left my door, right? No. Yeah. Cool, audience participation.
Dude, fucking nothing makes sense anymore, man. Fucking war on terror. War on terror? Well, how do you win a war on terror? I don't know, man, but fucking my other car is a gun. It's the physical embodiment of the post 9/11 movement. You know what I mean? It's a movement built on a conspiracy theory about a movement and a conspiracy theory. So how do you advance? I don't know. But they do it. They make it work. They make it happen.
That's probably true. It's specifically, I don't know, I consider like the big artistic leaps to have been made around 2004-ish. Just because there were things that were sort of brought to light about the nature of things for me around then.
Because I mean, their whole thing is post-irony, right? And post-irony is a war on terror. I think that was at one point how they defined it.
I meant that.
I don't know, I was just under the impression that every song that's been written since then
Is post 9/11?
yeah.
Much of the criticism of My Other Car Is a Gun is indeed warranted, and musical beauty is in the ear of the beholder. But I just don't think that the world would have been ready to listen to the stylings of My Other Car Is a Gun before September 11th, 2001. It just wasn't possible.
You know, this is like the first anniversary for Katrina, the first anniversary for fucking 7/7, right? Yes, the first anniversary for 7/7, and like the 5th anniversary for 9/11. It's like a lot of, I don't know, a lot of disaster and terror, like being recognized and remembered this year.
9/11. Is 9/11 like 7/11?
No. You're thinking of the store. I'm thinking of the tragedy.
7/11s are pretty tragic. Have you ever been in one?
Let's say that the terrorists and robots have the same resources, the robots would definitely do a lot more damage.
When it happens, it's not as bad as you thought it would be, and kind of sneaks up on you, and then all of a sudden you wake up naked in the back of some guy's truck, and you're missing a few teeth, and the robots have taken over the world.
Robot takeover or robot assimilation?
We become our own mechanisms, sort of, or we become the mechanisms that we think are serving us. And that's like the sort of like danger of us becoming robots. I think the thing of like them taking over us in like a one-to-one sense isn't a threat, but I think that sort of like metaphorical extrapolation is.
By turning our skin into metal, we lose the ability to, have human emotions. And, well, that's been a problem for me. I have all these mental disorders because of it, and so why can't we just be who we are?
Of course we have souls. Robot souls. You can't really compare them to human souls. They're just completely different.
I don't know, I think robots have souls. Probably.
A robot is just like a human being with electrical impulses in its head. And they can do whatever they want.
I'm afraid that we'll become too dependent on them.
I mean, come on, robots. They're like people, only without feelings.
Because, robots aren't very dependable no matter how much you spend on them.
Do you think it's possible, though, let's say, for a human to love a robot?
Sexual love?
So they don't really have a preference, except for survival.
Well, love like a vibrator, because that's kind of a robot, but no, like a human android robot. I don't think that the real kind of love that we could have between a man and a woman could pass between a woman and a robot, or a man and a robot, maybe a man and a robot.
What about a man and a man?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, duh. All men are robots, though.
Humans most of the time are only sincere enough to make their point or their objective or their emotion clear. So I believe that a robot programmed in the right sense could be even more sincere than most humans are on a day-to-day basis.
But robots, they can't have their hearts broken, and I think that is what separates us from them.
Think about the girls you've known. Most of that is an insincere kind of sincerity. The robot program would be more sincere than that.
Because our electrical impulses might be irrational sometimes.
Well, it's just so symbolic of like what we as a generation have become.
I think it kind of prophesizes an end to the world, kind of.
I mean, we are robots. We're not human anymore. We're robots.
I think I'm going to see our species end in my lifetime,
Amy?
and that's both comforting and terrifying.
No, it's very apocalyptic in like a optimistic kind of way.
Robots are pretty much the scariest thing on the planet.
We are the